have to go with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Floyd Mayweather was a fighter who was very intelligent, very smart, very calculated. And the reason why I don't say he was the fastest, because Pernell Whitaker was the fastest, but he was his timing of punches were precise. And that's where I have to give Floyd Mayweather the most credit and the most respect.
Great.
It was a good fight. It was a very emotional fight.
Yes.
It was one of those events that obviously we'll never forget.
Those are the words of Oscar De La Hoya as he says some surprising things towards Floyd Mayweather, because of course he shared the ring with him along with many, many, many other all-time greats, Hall of Famers. Okay, and that's Pacquiao, Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Trinidad. These guys are all in the Hall of Fame, including himself. And I know that Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather haven't always had the best relationship. From trash talk, from Mayweather republishing certain pictures out there that, of course Oscar's not, proud of. And, just back and forth, deep-rooted hatred, because the fight was very close. If you've seen that fight, a lot of fights, including Floyd Mayweather Sr. said he thought Floyd lost. So he thought his boy lost a decision. And of course, that was like his official coming out party. We had on pay-per-view when he fought Arturo Gatti and shut him out. But then Oscar De La Hoya, though, was the first time that he was able to shine. And De La Hoya was saying that he's the fastest, okay? He kind of confused you in this interview because he said, well, Pernell Whitaker's the fastest, but, I think he meant to say Pernell Whitaker's fast also, but Floyd's the fastest. And I think Floyd was faster than Pernell Whitaker. I think Pernell Whitaker's God bless the dead, he had the ability to make people slip. He had more of a Willie Pep style where he makes you slip, and that was his defense was just as very much important as his offense. Not saying Floyd did not have defense, because he very much did. However, Pernell Whitaker would be known for his slickness, being a southpaw in that regard. But as far as precise punches, Oscar De La Hoya is dead on, because Floyd, I believe, is the quickest. I think Manny Pacquiao throws faster combinations, if that makes sense. See, Floyd calculates certain punches. He might throw 1, 2, and 3 punches, but they won't all be in succession. He might have them timed to a certain rhythm, and that's how he's able to defend, because he thinks defense first and offense next. Unless he's pot-shotting you, and then he's still on that defensive mode. So he's always thinking in that. Him and Lomachenko are very, very skilled. But Oscar, he has to admit, because a lot of times Oscar was the better boxer in there out of the two. I think Oscar should have used his jab more to Floyd, because he did put, a knot under his eye from just that jab. Okay, that jab alone. So he was it was a pretty exciting fight. But I know a part of Oscar De La Hoya, though, honestly, I think that ate him up to say. But you got to give him credit due to the fact of their history. And, he's given him respect in that regard, because Floyd was one bad mofo. Okay, he really was. He could hit you with certain punches. You won't be able to touch this man. Ask Canelo. Ask Arturo Gatti. God bless the dead again. But he was very, very, very precise. And it just shows you that Oscar, despite how he felt about him, has to give him credit when credit's due. So kudos for Oscar De La Hoya making this statement towards Floyd Money Mayweather. You guys tell me what you think. And I will add this about Floyd. Floyd became more defensive because he had damage to his hands. His hands were very brittle. Okay, so I have to let people know. A lot of people like to talk a lot of smack about Floyd, But what they don't know, Floyd had bad hands, so he couldn't just let him go for the sake of salvaging his hands, okay? They're brittle to take punches. I don't know how they happened, but I know Floyd, that's why he had Everlast with like more of the cushion to support the knuckles, because he had bad hands anyway. So before people say, oh, Floyd's a runner, he's this and that, I think you guys need to see his earlier fights when they called him Pretty Boy, please. Watch the Gotti fight, please. You know, watch a lot of those fights where he shut people out. You know, where he gave people that rapid fire combinations. Something like a little Roy Jones. But anyway, I'm done. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.